Okay, in this video, we build a Bagels game, a simple but brain freezing game, guessing game with Python. If you love coding and you love puzzle, you are going to love this. So what is Bagels? If you don't know what Bagels is a number guessing game where the computer thinks of a secret number and you must try to guess it using some clues. Okay, here's a quick review of how it works. So after each guess now, you get some hints. So something like Femi means you get, okay, it's a 3-digit number. If you get a hint like Femi, means a correct digit is in the right place out of the 3-digit number. The secret number, you get one of the digits correctly and is in the right place. Or if you get Pico, means a correct digit but is in the wrong place, right? Then Bagels means no correct digit at all. So you're going to do this to run out of numbers of trials. So let's say you have a quick, okay, you have a secret number of 127, but you guess 1, 2, 3, which is 123. Femi now will be an hint for you to know that 2 is in the right place, but you know it is 2. Just say that a digit now, which is 2, is correct and is in the right spot, which is at the mid right, 427 and 127. So that's how it's going to work. So without further ado, let's just start coding and build this Bagels game with Python. So for the first thing we're going to do now is to import random. This is the only module we are going to be importing for this project. And the first functionality we want to create in this project now is a function called getSecretNum. So this function is going to just help us to develop a random number that we're going to guess for, right? So that's a function of this function. So I'm just going to go ahead and say numbers now. Then I'm going to have a list of numbers, which is just going to be from a list. Then I'll have all my 9 digits here. Here's 10 digits. So from this list now, I want to just shuffle this list. So I'm just going to go ahead and say random dots shuffle numbers. So, and if you don't know what this does now, so let me just go ahead and print numbers right here. So you can have an idea of what I am doing here. So if I should go ahead and run getSecretNum here and I run this program, you can see we get this list with this number shuffled, right? And it's like different shuffle every time. It's not the same way. So just go ahead and get rid of this. So what I want to do now is have a variable called my secret number, and I'm going to set this to an empty string. So I have my secret number set to an empty string. So what I want to do now is to go through this my list called numbers now. I just go ahead and say, okay, before that, I want to have my maximum digits. Yes, I want to have some maximum digit and numbers of digit and number of maximum guesses. This variable here. So I just go ahead and use them in capital letter right here. So I'll call this max digits. That's 3. Then I want to okay, num digits. That's 3. Then max guesses. So this is the maximum trials you have to guess this. Then I will come back right here now to my function here. And what I want to do right here is say for I in range, I'm just going to go ahead and say num digits. For I in range num digit now, I'll just go ahead and say secret num plus equal string. I'm converting this to string numbers I. So what am I doing here now? For I in range, the numbers of digits I want to select here, right here. So I'm printing out secret number now, which is what I set to an empty string here. Then I am adding that range to the string here. So what I'm just basically doing here is after I shuffle this list, what I am doing is I'm getting the first 3 elements in the list. So I should go ahead and print the list again called numbers, and I come down here and print secret num. So I call this secret num. So if I should run this now, you see what I'm talking about. So I have 376 here. So that's what I get as my secret number here. So I shuffle it and I just pick 3 there, like from the beginning, from the first 3 right there. So that's what I'm doing. So we don't need to print it out. So just erase that. But what we are going to be doing here is returning it. So we want this function to just go ahead and return the secret num that we have created. Okay, so that's one of the function we are going to be having. So the second function we want to create right here now is a function called get clues. So this is the function that is going to give clues to the user, to the player now, so the player can think of what to get next. So now I have the guess and I have the secret norm as a parameter, as an argument for this function now, which is what you guessed and what the secret norm is. So we want to return a string, Pico, Femi, or Bagels as a clue for when we check both the guess and the secret number. So what we want to do first is check if this guess is equals to the secret number. So if they are equal, we just want to return you got it. We are telling the user you got it. So if your guess and your number are equal, we are telling you you got it. So otherwise, now I want to go ahead and create an empty list called clues. Then we want to come here and say for I in range. So we want to check the length of our guess. Let's check the length of our guess right here. Then if a particular element in this guess itself, so let's show the position we're checking. If this particular element is equals to same element in the same position in the secret number, what do we want to do? We want to say that we want to append Femi to the clue. So we just go ahead and say dot append Femi, which means they are in the right position, right? Then otherwise, not otherwise now, just elif now. If the guess is in any way a secret norm but not in the right position, we want to append secret norm. Okay, if it's in not in want to append Pico, so just go ahead and say clues dot append Pico instead. So now we have clues dot append Pico. So what we just come here and do now is check if the length of clues is ever equals to 0. That means if we don't append anything to these clues, that means there is no there is no digit inside this. There's no digit correct in what you guessed for. Just want to return Bagels. Okay, so we have it this way, and we just go ahead and say clues dot sort. So now we are sorting this clue now. Just want to sort it and make sure they are arranged. Then we want to return this empty string dot join. Okay, and there is space. Join clues. We want to return the clues as a string itself. So we have these two functions now. One, you get the secret norm. Okay, regretting the secret number, which is the guess norm now. Then we have the get clue. So we want to see how the get clue work here. So I can just come here and try and run get clues right here. And I put in 1, 2, 3 as my guess. Then the secret norm was, okay, let's say it's 4, 2, 7. So I should come here and run it now. Okay, let me just set this to clue. Then I can print out clue. I can come down here and print out clue instead. So if I should go ahead and run this now. Okay. There is an error here. Okay. In type error is not subscribe. Double string. Okay. Okay. So that was my problem. So now we get Femi. Don't forget that is when we have both in the same position, that's when we get Femi. But let's say I have 4 right here, but in the wrong position. What am I going to have? Okay, 2 here and 4 here. What am I going to have? Femi. So 7 should be 4. Femi, Pico. That's because I have one in the right position, one in the wrong position. But right here, we're going to replace this with the get secret num function. And now it is at work. So we're going to create the function now, the main function now that is going to display this game and just add the logic of this game where it brings these two functions together and monitor our guesses. So I will just clean this right now. And what I will do next now is just come here and say my main function now, def main. Let me just come down this way. Okay, I have def main right here. And the first thing I want to do is print out some instruction for the game. So what I'll just do is go ahead, copy this from somewhere else. Okay. So let's use this type of string here. So I'm copying this from here now, and I want to use a formatted string. Okay. So this should work. Okay. Oh, so this should be some of max digits right there. So this is the first thing I want to do when I call my main function. Just print out this instruction first. Then I want to have a loop. So this is going to be while true. First of all, I want to have my secret number. So I just go ahead and define a variable called secret number right here. Then set this to the function, to the value I'm getting from this function that generates a secret number for me. Then I want to just print out this and say I have thought of a number you have. So I'd like to make this a formatted string. Let me just tell the user right here, the player right here, you have, and we want to talk about the max guesses right here to get it. So this number of guesses the user have to get this number, and we go ahead and print. Okay. Okay. I just comment this away for now. Then want to check our number of guesses first now. So this variable called number of guesses, we want to set it to 1 at the first instance. Then now we want to say why number of guesses is still less than, okay, less than or equals to max guesses. If this is, whenever this is less than or equals to max guesses, we want to set the guess to an empty string. Then we want to check the length of this guess. While length of this guess is not why the length of this guess is not long digits or not guess dot is decimal. You are checking if this guess now is not equals to number digit, or this guess is not a decimal. So we want to just check for this condition before we proceed. just print out guess, right? So I just come here now and print out, and we initially set guess to an empty string. So I'll just come in and print out okay. So I have a formatted string here, and we'll just say guess, then I'll just say okay, some guesses. I just have this here. Then we want to collect the inputs for the guess from the user. So I'm just going to go ahead and say input. Then whenever the user enter this input and it meets our condition, what we want to do next is to get call the get clues function, and we pass in this guess, and then we give it a secret number from the variable right here. So what we want to do next now, just go ahead and say print clues. So we print the clues and we increase the numbers of guesses the user has made. Then the user will be given another chance to guess again. Then what we want to check now is if at any point in this loop the guess is equals to secret number, we want to break out of this loop. Then if num guesses also is at any point greater than max guesses, we want to print out you run out of guesses. The answer was, I just come down here and input my secret num and L. So I have it this way. And if forever this game ended, just want to come down here and say print, do you want to play again? So let me just reduce this. Now you can see from the while loop itself, we are saying print, do you want to play again? Yes or no. We're asking the user if you want to play again. So enter yes or no now if you want to play this game again. Then if not, we want to collect the input from the user. I'll just go ahead and do right here is something like, okay, collect this input, lower it, then start with, check if this starts with Y. So if the input does not start with Y, so we convert it to a lower case to make sure that it meets our condition of Y always. So if this input does not start with Y, we want to break out of this loop. Then just print out thanks for playing. So that's pretty everything we need to get this game up and running. So I just go ahead and say if name then just want to run my main. Okay, so we can just go ahead and run this program and see what we have. Okay, so let me bring this up. I'm taking out a 3-digit number with no repeated digits. Try to guess what it is. Here are some clues. When I say Pico, it means one digit is correct but in the wrong position. Femi, one digit is correct, but in the right position. Bagels, no digit is correct. For example, 241, and you wrote, okay, 248, and you wrote 843. Okay, your clue will be Femi and Pico. Femi now because I have 4 in the correct position, or 8 Pico because it is not in the correct position. So I'm going to go ahead and write 1, 2, 3 as my guess. And now Bagels because none of these digits is correct. Then I'll go ahead and say 4, 5, 6. And Pico. Why? Because I have one of these digits correct, but the other is not. So I'm just going to skip 4, 5 now and go with 6, 7, 8. And now I have Pico again because one of them is still correct. I'm guessing it's 6. Okay, 6. Let's go with. Okay, let me go with 9, 0. Femi. So it is not 6. So it might be 9 or 0. So the first time I got a Pico was 4, 5, 6. So let me go with 4, 9, 0. Oh no. So it's 5. Okay. 9, 5, 4. Pico, Pico. I'm sure 5 is correct now. And okay. 6, 9, 5. I shall have to Femi. Oh god. Okay. Okay. 9 is at the middle. 10. Pico here, which means one of this is correct. Femi here, which means 6 is not the one correct. So 6 is out of it. I'm left with 7 and 8. So 6 is out of it. So here I have to bring 5, 9, 7. Yes, I got it. So this is how the game works. Now you can see how the game works and how it's very tricky and it's fun to play. If you like puzzle, you like coding, this is actually a good thing you can do, good thing you can play. So we just exit this game now. So an overview of what we did here in this program. So we import random, we have our num guesses right here, and we have a function to get a secret number, which is just going to shuffle this number, like shuffle this number, then get the first 3 digits that we shuffle right here. And it's going to return these first 3 digits to us. Then we are getting clues whereby we just like, okay, have a guess, then have a secret num that gets this function. Then we check if this guess is equals to num guess, or is equals to the secret number. If it is equals to it, we return you got it. Then otherwise, we have an empty list of clues. Then we check if this guess. Okay, now we look through all these guesses. Now we look through the digit of the guess, which is 0, 1, 2. And we check if any of these guesses in this particular position is equals to that same digit in that same position in the secret num. Then we append Femi to the clue. Otherwise, if the guess is in the secret num but it's not in the same position, we append Pico to it. Then we check the length. If there's no clue, if the clue is equals to 0, that means there's no clue. Then we just return Bagels. And here we just like, what we do here is sort this, then we join it together, and then we have our main function here where we have our main loop that plays the game. So we get a secret num, and okay, we check as far we've not gotten our maximum guesses yet, and we have this loop. We have this loop that check that okay, we've not reached the guess limit for this game, and we have this loop that check this length of this guess is not, if it's not equals to the numbers of digits we are guessing for, which is equals to 3. So that means if you enter an invalid number, or it is not decimal, or it is not decimal, that means we can print, can just like ask for the guess again. So if I just run that again to see, for you to see how it works right here. So let me say I enter something like this. You can see it just prompts me to ask again. You can see it just prompts me to ask again. So something like that. So that's what that loop does there. So I just go ahead and break this. Okay. Just stop this program. So that's what this while loop, that's the function of this while loop right here. So then we have the clues. We get the clues, we print out the clues, we increment our numbers of guesses, then we check if this, whenever this guess is equal to the secret number, we break the code, and if it's is not equal to the secret number, is either greater than the numbers of guesses, we print to run out of guesses, and the secret number was this, and we prompt the user if you want to play again or not. And that's all about this game. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you in the next video, and watch this next project to have more fun and see what you can do with Python. Goodbye.